Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, we are going to be ranking all 22 Black Ops 6 maps from worst to best in Black Ops 6, obviously. Also, I'm making this video on January 20th, 2025, so any map that has been added after this video, obviously is not going to be in this list because I cannot see the future today. Tomorrow I probably could, but I don't want to wait. Like, I'm just not feeling like waiting to see the future. I'm just going to do it today. But yeah, this is a new style video. We've been doing mostly just like freaking zombies map videos, just like playthroughs of zombie maps, but now we're gonna do some more ranking videos and top 10 videos because I like them. I like making them. And also another new idea, another new little thing that I want to do for this channel, just to make it a little bit more fun. Just kidding, we've been doing them for a while. I pranked you, but most of you, if you watch this channel, you're not gonna know that because, well, nobody watches this channel, so chances are you're new to this channel. But either way, Song of the Day is what it's called, and the song is called Need It by the Migos and Young Boy Never Broke Again. It's an older song, it's a rap song, and it is kind of a mumble rap song, so if you don't like rap music, and especially if you don't like mumble rap music, don't listen to it, or else you'll probably just make yourself mad. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. I kind of want to do this with all the Black Call of Duties, so maybe next we'll do Modern Warfare 3, and then Modern Warfare 2, then Vanguard, and then what was that? What was before Black Ops Cold War, and then Modern Warfare 19? We'll do all the maps, maybe. I think it would be a good idea. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 22, my least favorite map in Black Ops 6, and honestly, one of my least favorite maps of all time. And that's Red Card. Yeah, I mean, that's a surprise to absolutely nobody. I don't think there's a single person out there that's like, what? Red Card? Really? He doesn't like this map? No, of course I don't like this map. Red Card sucks. I remember the first day I played the game, and the first time that I even played Red Card, I knew it was a butt cheeks map. I was like, this map sucks. And then I went online and saw all these people being like, yeah, Red Card is awful. And I was like, thank God I'm not the only one that thinks that. It's just way too large for this game, man. It could be a good like ground war map, but for a map for like a 6v6 game mode, it's just not fun. It's probably okay on something like Search and Destroy or Prop Hunt or something like that because it's just so large. But for any other core game mode, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger of a map. 21st is this one realistically probably doesn't deserve to be this low, but I'm putting it this low because it makes me mad. Warhead is, oh my god, abysmal. It's also ironic that it's called Warhead, even though it's really hard to get headshots in it. And the only reason why I hate Warhead so much is because I wanted to get Dark Matter, and the best way to get Dark Matter was playing Stakeout 24/7 in hardcore. It was the best way to getting it. And so I would turn on the Face Off Mosh Pit playlist, and every single time I would press that on that freaking playlist, I would get Warhead. I would never get Stakeout. It was always Warhead. I counted one time, I had like at least, I can't remember exactly now, but it was over 30 lobbies in a row of just straight Warhead. Warhead, and I would back out, search for it again, because I wanted Stakeout. Everybody liked Stakeout. And Warhead was just tainting my experience. I hate it. I don't really hate this map as much as I hate Warhead, but 20th place is Rewind. Rewind, I think, is, again, just too large. It's not as large as Red Card, but the entire right lane it's useless. Like the whole part with the freaking fast food building there. I hate that part. That entire part of the map, I never go through ever because it's like, why would you? There's no action over there, and if there is action, chances are it's just gonna be some guy hiding behind a car or something, shooting you from the left, and you can't even see him, and you're just gonna have to go run it all over again. So I just stick to the left and the center of the map, and that's it. But it's just annoying because 9 times out of 10 you die, and then you have to run for like 30 seconds, and then you're finally back in the action. It's like, if tactical insertions weren't a field upgrade in this game, I would be using them all the time on this map. 19th place is also just too open, but it's definitely not as bad as the other ones. It's Scud. Scud, even the name just sounds like an insult. Like Scud, that sounds like a racial slur. I feel like if somebody called me Scud, I would have to file a complaint to HR or something. It's just a bad name for a map. But also the map itself, the design of it is just boring. It's just like some random like desert area with a bunch of military stuff all around. There's like a building that you can kind of go in, but it's just like the lobby of the building. It's super small, and so the vast majority of the map, it kind of like it encourages camping with snipers and LMGs and stuff, and so you really can't even step foot out into the center of the map, and so you're kind of stuck to the right and left sides of the map to try and flank them, but everybody else is also going to be at the right and left side of the maps because, again, you can't go down the middle, and so there's no flanking. It just becomes like a two battle thing. It's not fun. 18th place is realistically very, very similar actually to Scud in its design, at least. Vorkuta. The only reason why I put Vorkuta one spot higher though is because snow maps are cool, but this one is not that great. It's again a very large map with a very, very wide open middle lane, and so the whole middle lane is pretty much useless yet again. I understand that the middle lane is always going to be the part of the map where it's like there's going to be campers and you're going to have to, you know, going out in the middle of it is kind of a nightmare, but on some of these Black Ops 6 maps, it's not even like an option to go out in the middle. It's just like there's gonna be a war going on between the middle ones. So again, you want to go to the left or right. But again, on the left and right, it's also really long ranged areas without that much cover and stuff. And so Vorkuta just usually turns into like a battle of like who can out snipe who. 17th place is going to another one of the face off or gunfight maps, Pit. Pit is okay. I don't hate Pit as much as I hate Warhead, but it's definitely not as good as the other of the other gunfight maps. I like the upstairs idea of it, but a lot of the times what happens in the hardcore face-off playlist, at least, is somebody will get up there and will just watch the ladder, and so you can't even get up there anymore. And then they can sneak down into your spawn too, and through that ladder, and it can kind of get annoying because you can die by him. Know he's gonna drop down that ladder, but have no time to react anyways because you spawn directly next to him and he kills you immediately, and it's kind of annoying. On top of that, a big like play strategy of this map for some reason is for people to just throw smokes in the center, hold down lanes at the mine carts with thermal scopes, and just pick you off, and that's kind of annoying. 16th place is a map that I think is actually overrated. Vault. Vault is not fun. Everybody loves this map. Everybody's like, oh, it's such a good map. I think it's, again, slightly too large. And the left side and the right side is yet again just a sniper's paradise. This is like the opposite of Vorkuta and Scud, where it's like you want to go in the middle if you want to like have gunfights with SMGs and ARs and stuff like that. If you go to the sides, that's where you'll get sniped by everybody. And when I say it's a sniper's paradise, especially the left side of the map, by the way, I'm thinking, every time I say like left, I always forget that like you guys aren't thinking of it from the same spawn as I am. I'm thinking of it from the spawn, I don't even know how to describe it. The spawn that's like right between the two buildings, you know what I'm saying? Like that spawn, you go underneath the two buildings and you go up into the big main building. That spawn on that left side with all the freaking the extremely long route and B flag is usually over there. That side is stupid. 15th place is yet again another instance of a map where it's just too large. It's Protocol. For some reason, I feel like Call of Duty maps in recent years have been like this. They just release maps where it's like you really just have to camp in order to do good, and that's Protocol for sure. If you can, the good thing about Protocol though is it's far easier to get to the other side of the map than most of the other big maps that we've talked about so far, like Vault or Vorkuta or Scud or Rewind. It's easier, I think, to get into their spawn and to flank them, and so that's why it's slightly higher than them, but it is still kind of frustrating, to be honest, trying to get there in the first place. Because if they have a good enough team, they have a coordinated team, and they got people sitting up there like a bunch of rats, then you're not going to get there. Coming in at 14th place, however, is going to be going to Lowtown. The only reason why Lowtown is so high is because it's by far the most fun prop hunt map, and I also really enjoy it for search and destroy. For core modes, it's yet again, in my opinion, too large, and the right side of the map is way too open. However, at least this one, the left and center of the map is pretty like closed off, so it's not like you're not going to be demolished by snipers and LMGs, so you should be okay. But jeez, I just like ran out of breath. But the right side is not. The right side is very open. But yeah, for prop hunt, this map is so much fun, and for search and destroy, it's also pretty fun. The water, it adds a nice little bonus as well. There's a lot of ways to get up higher and like onto higher grounds and stuff, and there's not that much open stuff. It is just slightly, though, in my opinion, a little bit too large. Coming in at 13th place is an underrated gunfight map for headshots and headshots only, Gala. Gala, you can get, if you're using an SMG, Gala is probably a really big pain in the butt cheeks, or a shotgun, because it's a very long range map for a gunfight map, especially when you compare it to like Stakeout or even Pit. It's a very, very long range map. But for ARs, LMGs, snipers, DMRs, whatever it may be, this map is incredible for headshots, because you can just sit there in your spawn with like a 3-time scope and just aim down into their spawn, and they'll do the same thing, and you guys will go back and forth trading headshots, and at the time it'll be frustrating, but then the match will end and you'll see that you have like 15 headshots. I know it's crazy to rank a map based off of like how fun it is to get headshots or whatever, but that's what I play the games for, so I don't know, that's just the way I look at it. In terms of the actual gameplay, it's okay. I do kind of hate the centerpiece, how the people can get up top, because if they get up top, they can just sit there waiting for you to walk out spawn and just demolish you from that. Coming at 12th place is another gunfight map, actually, Heirloom. I think Heirloom is only slightly better than Gala because it reminds me a lot of Gala, except it doesn't have that big centerpiece. But the big center now is a good place to go if you need to, like, recoup, get some, health and just wait it out. Maybe you just got into a gunfight and you need to escape, and the center is a good place for it. However, again, Gala, kind of like, or Heirloom, kind of like Gala, I should say, is also another very long range gunfight map, and so it is kind of hard to even get into the center in the first place, but if you can, it's not that bad. Barely missing out on the old top 10 is going to Extraction. Extraction is another DLC map, or update map, whatever you want to call it, that is, in my opinion, just... It's just a little, when I say it's a little too big, I mean a little too big, like so very slightly too big. I just wish they kind of like, honestly, you know what I think they should have done? Cut out the building that one team spawns in, and then also cut out the spawn of the other team. Just cut those two spawns out, spawn them like 10 or 20 feet forward, and you're fine. It would be a perfectly sized map and everything. It would be great. Everything about the map's awesome. The entire right side is not a sniper's paradise, but the left side is a sniper's paradise. So you can go over there if you want to snipe and get long range kills. Or if you want to get to the left side but don't want to go through the snipers, there's also the underground path as well. There's a lot of ways to get around in this map, and so it's not bad. 10th place is going to a map that I've only played a very, very small handful of times, probably only like 3 times. Racket. Racket is a weird one. It's a very, very weird one. It's like, it's got so many, it's the complete opposite of something like Heirloom or Gala, where like those maps are like maps made for like snipers, DMRs, ARs, LMGs. This Racket is made for shotguns. It's made for SMGs. It's so, every encounter that you're going to have is going to be close range, because every single path in this map has ways to break it off from being like just a long range area. And it's actually, in my opinion, it's well made, but at the same time, if you're getting dominated, this is probably one of the worst maps in the game. Let's just leave it at that. It's like, if you're getting dominated, if the team is destroying you, this map will be very frustrating. But if you're the one dominating, it's one of the most fun maps in the game. All right, I know what people are going to say about that too, by the way. I know people are going to be like, well, yeah, that obviously, but you know what I'm trying to say. 9th place is going to Skyline. Skyline is just a well-rounded map all around, in my opinion. It does have, again, the long-range engagements, especially that big bridge across the top. Everybody loves to go up there, and one people will sit on the roof, the other person will sit at the top of the stairs, and they'll snipe each other. But you don't have to go that way. You can always go down the center, below them. You know what I'm talking about, like over the pool. You can go over the pool. You don't have to really get into a fight with them, or you can even go underground through that tunnel. You don't have to get into a fight with them there either, or you can even go to the right side. The right side also, though, does have a lot of sniper lanes, but at the same time, it does have cover for people that aren't sniping to try and get up closer to the snipers. It's a really well-made map, in my opinion. I really can't think of anything I don't like about Skyline, besides the fact that it is just, in my opinion, just a tad bigger than I would like it to be. 8th place is going to the surprise pick of this list, in my opinion, Hacienda. Hacienda, I didn't really care for too much in Black Ops 4, but when they added it into Black Ops 6, I think it's okay. I don't think it's great or anything like that. I really don't think there's many Black Ops 6 maps that are great, but it plays very, very fun. It's, again, another map where if you don't want to get into sniper engagements, there are plenty of other decisions that you can make to go and get behind them or get next to them or whatever it may be, and it plays very, very well. There's many different paths you can take. There's obviously the center lane, middle, or the left lane, center lane, and right lane, but the center lane, again, has 2 floors to it, so you can, if you're getting demolished up above in the center lane but you want to keep going center for some reason, you can go down below. And it has just so many different paths and layouts and a lot of fun ways to snap off the opponents while also not making it too much. 7th place, in my opinion, is super slept on. Nobody ever votes for it, and I really like it. Derelict. Derelict is fun. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the maps where, like, yeah, snipers can definitely demolish if they're really, really good. But at the same time, if you know where the sniper's going to be, because there's only really 2 spots that snipers can really get you from. But if they get into those power spots and they just know how to lock down this map, then it's good. It's not a map where it's like, okay, it does reward snipers, but it rewards good snipers. You know what I'm trying to say? Like smart snipers that know how to actually be a good sniper. It rewards them. It's not just like a map where you can just sit there as a sniper and just wait, and there's no real way for anybody with an AR or SMG to get you, like things like Red Card or Rewind or Scud or Verkuda. It's more like you gotta know what you're doing, and if you know what you're doing, yeah, you can lay down some pain with a sniper, but it's also just as easy to get behind those snipers and get rid of them with an SMG or something. I like that. I realize I just keep talking about like snipers. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I guess it's because in these new Call of Duties, there's just so many campers. And when I say snipers, I don't really actually mean snipers, because obviously in Call of Duty, snipers nowadays are quick scoping gods, or they don't actually like hard scope or whatever. I usually just mean campers. But either way, 6th place is going to the Hideout. Hideout, in terms of design, is pretty basic. I mean, it's just a 3-lane map, nothing really crazy. It doesn't really have any like crazy output, but for some reason it just plays really, really well. Like there's just no, there's no real quarrels I have with Hideout. There's like plenty of ways to get behind enemies, plenty of ways to flank them, plenty of cover, plenty of different moments and different like, there's different elevations and stuff, and you'll get into plenty of different sort of gunfights in Hideout, and it plays really, really well. You can play as a sniper, you can play as an SMG, you can use a shotgun, you can use whatever you want and do pretty good with it, I think, in Hideout. It's just an overall really well-made map. It's perfect size, everything about it's really good. But now we're into the maps, the top 5, in my opinion, that are just good, overall fun maps. Like, I love playing these maps. Fifth place is Subsonic. Subsonic, I've heard other people complain about. They don't like Subsonic. I don't get that, man. I'm gonna be honest. I love Subsonic. I think it's super fun. Yes, the left side with the like crater in the ground is obviously a sniper's heaven. I mean, if you go out that way with anything but a sniper rifle, you're just gonna get absolutely bombarded by 50 caliber rounds coming at your face. It's a nightmare. But there's so many other ways that you can go, and obviously the big one is the hangar, and the hangar is such a fun little shootout area. The big opening doors is a fun gimmick for the map as well. I love Subsonic. I think it's really great, and on top of that, the style and like the design of the map reminds me of Hangar 18 from Black Ops 1, and I loved that map. That map was great. Fourth place is probably the most controversial map of this game, Stakeout. You either love Stakeout and it's one of your favorite maps in the game like me, or you absolutely hate Stakeout and you don't understand the purpose of Stakeout whatsoever. It really depends on the type of player you are. I love Stakeout because I'm the type of player that loves nonstop back and forth action. It's not really like you have to go around and flank them and do all these crazy things in order to get the enemies. It's just gunfight after gunfight. I like that stuff from Call of Duty. That's what I play Call of Duty for. It's not the most tactical shooter out there. If I wanted to play a tactical shooter, I'd play Rainbow Six Siege. And so I like Stakeout. It's also great for your headshots and any camo challenges that you may be doing, which is obviously awesome. It's an incredible map, in my opinion. But again, there are going to be a lot. I would say 50% of the community loves this map and 50% of the community hates this map. And it's 100% up to you. Coming in at third, though, the bronze medal, my third favorite map in this game, it's Payback. Payback is just like, it's just a well-made map, man. It's just straight up like, this is a really, really good map. In my opinion, I actually think Payback might go down in history as like one of the just better Call of Duty Black Ops maps. Like, I really do. I think it's right up there in terms of quality with maps like Nuketown, Firing Range. I think Payback is super well made. All the lanes feel different and unique and feel accustomed to different gunfights. Like, obviously, if you want to go really, really close and personal with shotguns and really small like fast SMGs, and you go upstairs in the building. If you want to go longer range, but not so long range that it's like, you know, clearly for snipers, and you go to the right side of the map where like you go like near the picnic table and that little hangover thing there, what's the word, gazebo, that area. But if you want to go the sniper route with the LMGs and long range weapons, you go to the left side of the building, and then it's a really, really, really well made map in my opinion. I love it. Second place, I mean, you guys knew it was going to be high. It is just truly an incredible map. It's Nuketown. Nuketown, has it been outplayed at this point? Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, no, having Nuketown in Black Ops games feels so new and so special. It's almost like when they make a new Call of Duty Black Ops, you just know Nuketown's coming. Like, you just know it's going to be there because they just reuse it over and over again. And at this point, yeah, it's been played out. And the design of it does feel a little boring, I'll admit it. But at the same time, it truly is like, if I'm just like loading into Call of Duty and I just want to play like some back-to-back action, fun pace, I just load up the Nuketown 24/7 playlist. It is incredible. It does have a lot of ways for snipers to dominate and stuff like that, but it also has a lot of ways for you to get up close and personal with your SMGs and stuff like that. Nuketown is just, I mean, it's just always been perfect, especially if you're really good at the game and you know how to like spawn trap and stuff. It's a great map. But first place, and I actually do think this map is genuinely better than Nuketown, it's Babylon. I want to see more Babylon in the future. I think they absolutely nailed the design with Babylon. I freaking love this map. The only bad thing I can think of with Babylon is the grenade spam. People will grenade spam like crazy in Babylon and just throw them right over the center piece and like right into your spawn. And since this game has zero spawn protection against explosives, you will just die against it anyways, and that will get a little bit frustrating. But the rest of the map, if you can manage to escape your spawn, is awesome. It is so well made. I love its fast-paced gameplay. Like I said before, I love fast-paced stuff. However, Babylon is also the type of map where if you don't like the fast-paced gameplay, you don't have to get into fast-paced engagements. You can sit back and wait and sit on the angles from left side or right side. Both left side and right side can reward sniping and camping or whatever you want to call it. it can reward that. The only bad thing about Babylon is prop hunt. Prop hunt sucks. And like things like search and destroy. Search and destroy is not fun on Babylon. But for the rest of the core game modes, I have a blast. It's one of the maps where you get the most amount of kills in it. And it never really feels like you're getting dominated either, because spawns flip and it's such a wide open map, they can't really spawn trap you or anything like that. So you kind of always have a chance, and I like that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video ranking all 22 Black Ops 6 maps from worst to best. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like these. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see in the comment section down below. And yeah, this is obviously, I mean, it's not a new video. I've made ranking videos and stuff like that on this channel before, but most of my videos on this channel are the zombies maps gameplays. And so yeah, do you guys like these, or do you like the zombies maps gameplays better? Obviously, I have literally a total of 6 subscribers on this channel, so I'm talking to 6 people when I ask that question. But do you? I mean, I still want to know, even though there's only 6 of us here. We're all hanging out, talking and chit-chatting. I do want to know, what you guys are thinking. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. Das Vidania. It's not really hard for me to love each and every one of you too, because there's only 6 of us. But anyway, Das Vidania, and have a nice night.